Some few days after the Edo State election, there were allegations that Obaseki abandoned the government house and was not performing his functions, although several minutes or hours after that, Obaseki and his media team denied the allegations, saying that they are still committed to the Edo State people and Edo State governance. But right now we are discovering that this is actually a lie. Obaseki has actually jackpot. Obaseki is no longer in the country. According to news sources, Obaseki and his wife left for Turkey just immediately after the Edo State election. We shall dig deep and delve into the details of today's news. But before we do that, if this is your first time here or you haven't subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? Please go ahead and subscribe, like this video, leave your opinions in the comment section. Most importantly, please give this video a massive thumbs up to show support to this channel and let YouTube algorithm know that, yeah, people love this content. Outgoing governor of Edo State, Mr. Godwin Obaseki, has left the country. It was reported to have handed over the running of the state to former commissioner and laction, which is a clear violation of a court order reinstating his deputy, retired Honorable Philip Shaibu. Before Obaseki left Benin City, allegedly by road to Lagos in the late hours of Thursday, 27 September 2024. He allegedly handed over the reins of power to his close ally and ex-commissioner for finance, Joseph Eboigbe, who doubles as the secretary to the Edo State government and chairman, Transition Committee. Exactly at 8:56 p.m., Obaseki and his wife, Bestie, boarded a Turkish airline transit flight TK626 at the international wing of the Muritala Mohammed International Airport via Istanbul to Venice, Italy. They arrived in Istanbul on Saturday, 28 September 2024 at 5:40 a.m. Upon arrival in Istanbul, after boarding the connecting Turkish airline flight TK1867 from Istanbul to Venice, the flight took off exactly 7:02 a.m. and arrived at their final destination 8:29 a.m. Obaseki and his wife will remain in Venice to attend the 60th Biennale Foundation International Cultural Exhibition, which will end in the third week of November 2024. He had written the state legislature for approval of his terminal leave, but chose to proceed before it was approved. To confirm the governor's disappearance from the state, the midweek EXCO meeting this week was virtual, with the governor imploring all members of his EXCO to direct all their requests to Eboigbe, who he gave up to Wednesday, 30 October 2024, to finalize handover documents to formally submit same to the governor-elect on November 12. Recall that on July 11, 2024, Obaseki inaugurated a 20-man transition committee chaired by Mr. Eboigbe. In 2017, Obaseki was appointed the commissioner of the Nigerian Pavilion at the 57th Venice Biennale exhibition by the Buhari administration. It was in that capacity he attended the Venice Biennale exhibition in April 2024. The Obasekis are believed to have a posh vacation mansion in Venice, Italy, which they plan to make their retirement home, raising questions about Mrs. Betty Obaseki's job at the Bank of Industry. You all, is this what I'm thinking? Is it that Obaseki has, jetted out of the country since he did not win the election? We know that he didn't contest, but it's just as good as he being the one, contesting, because it was about the battle of the godfathers. The battle was really, really, really about Obaseki and Oshiomhole. And seeing now that Monday October 1, which is an opposition party, is that the main reason why Obaseki actually left the country? Is that why he left the country immediately after the Edo State election? This leaves me thinking, if it was Asu Ighodalo that won, would Obaseki had left? Now we are hearing that he has a retirement mansion in Venice, Italy. How is he able to afford this? Like, does his security allowance and his salary as a governor, does he accommodate all of these things that we are hearing? This is serious thing. Oh, it means he might be running away from something. Is it that he has embezzled a lot of money to the extent that he feels that he could be safe all the way in Italy, Venice? He's untouchable all the way in Venice, Italy. Is that why he left the country immediately after? And it doesn't even look like he will be coming back anytime soon. It doesn't seem as if he's even coming back to hand over to Monday October, because he had already inaugurated a 10-man committee before leaving the country. He had inaugurated the committee, handed over to his to the secretary to the state, and which is even, I think, is also the more reason why Philip Shaibu is trying to gain entrance into his office in the government house, but so far he's not been allowed to gain entrance into the government house, despite the fact that it's just a few weeks, in fact, to the end of both his tenure and Obaseki's tenure. Before we go, guys, let's take a look at some of the reactions we got online. Emmanuel says, it is senseless to hand over to the speaker when there is a deputy governor. Nigerian politicians should put personal issues aside when the welfare of running the state is concerned. I feel like most of these governors, they behave as if the state is their personal property when they are the governor, because the state has already declared that Philip Shaibu is still the deputy governor of Edo State. So why would you not hand over to him? At least use the opportunity to compensate him with all of the lost days that he wasn't acting as in that capacity as the deputy governor. Hand over to him before leaving, but he had to hand over to the secretary to the state. Sydney Ujoku says, what are we saying? Go to Edo and see what he has done. Everywhere looks like Venice, Turkey, Italy. So he needs to rest in the same kind of environment. Edo na Lagos now. Oh, please, incoming governor should borrow a leave from Sanwo-Olu through his godfather, the Kerewa dancer, for more designs in Edo. Congratulations, Edo-lites and Nigeria as a whole. We are developing rapidly. Nobody said that he hasn't developed Edo State. And by the way, it doesn't mean that because Edo now looks like Venice, Italy, he has to go all the way to Venice, Italy to get that same experience. He could have as well stayed back in Edo State. Bello Olawale says, Godwin Obaseki is a useless man. Why did he hand over to the commissioner? What of the deputy of the speaker of a house? Court should interrogate him for that useless thing he did. I'm thinking that probably the commissioner is the only person he can trust. I'm thinking that's the reason why he handed over to him. The commissioner, he might have, a very close relationship with the commissioner, which is why he handed over to him instead of any other person. You always have your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Thank you very much for always listening and watching. I will see you all in my next video.